Pattaya's nightlife had always been a siren call to thrill-seekers and wanderers like me. Eventually, you get drawn into the different, obscure, and perhaps taboo to outsider eyes. This night, like any other, neon lights flickered, music thumped through the streets, and I found myself in a small, crowded bar called the Blue Orchid. The scent of sea salt mingled with the smoky air, creating a heady mix that promised adventure and danger. I had come to Pattaya to escape, to lose myself in its hedonistic allure. Tonight, I was looking for something, or rather, someone, to make me forget the drudgery of my mundane existence back home. That's when I saw her materialize by the bar from out of nowhere. Lila was a vision in a shimmering dress that clung to her curves like a second skin. Her dark hair cascaded down her back, framing eyes that danced with an unsettling mischief. Compared to the bar's girls, she was an orchid blooming in a field of weeds. I watched, mesmerized as she moved, her body a silent promise whispered against the music. Her dress clung to her figure in all the right places, a shimmering fabric that caught the light as she moved. She stood out in the crowd, a magnetic presence that drew me in. I watched her for a while, captivated by the way she danced, her movements fluid and seductive. It was captivating, world-devouring. I instantly felt like I was under the spell of something otherworldly, like a mystic enchantress. Finally, gathering my courage, I approached her. Up close, she was even more beautiful, her features delicate yet striking. She smiled at me, a smile that promised secrets and forbidden pleasures. "Hi, I'm Jack," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. "Lila," she replied, her voice smooth and inviting. "What brings you to Pattaya, Jack?" I shrugged, trying to play it cool. "Just looking for a good time. And you?" A throaty laugh escaped her, the kind that sent shivers down your spine and a tremor of excitement through you. "Same here. Maybe we can find it together." We drank, we laughed, and as the hours slipped by, I found myself falling under her spell. The way she smiled, listened, and stared deep through my eyes into my soul. There was something about her, something otherworldly that made everything else fade away. I felt like I was in a dream, one that I never wanted to end. "Why don't we take this party somewhere more private?" she suggested, her eyes locking onto mine with an intensity that took my breath away. I nodded, unable to resist. We left the bar, her hand warm in mine, and made our way through the bustling streets to a short-time love hotel. The hotel was dimly lit, casting long shadows that seemed to move on their own. The lights were flickering on this particular night, and I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched, but I chalked it up to my overactive imagination. At one point, I felt like I had a cold hand clasping my shoulder as I watched Lila lead the way up the corridor. When we entered the unsurprisingly basic hotel room, Lila excused herself to the bathroom, and I flopped onto the bed, a hazy sense of satisfaction washing over me. I lit a cigarette and prepared myself for what was to come. The minutes ticked by, and I started to wonder what was taking her so long. I could hear the faint sound of water running, but nothing else. "Lila, are you okay?" I called out, but there was no response. Then I heard it, a soft, guttural noise coming from the bathroom. It was like nothing I had ever heard before, a blend of growls and whispers that sent a chill down my spine. My heart pounded as I approached the door. "Lila!" I called again, my voice trembling. "Do you need help?" Still no answer. My mind raced, 1,000 scenarios playing out, none of them good. I started to assume she had taken some bad drugs. It wasn't uncommon in Pattaya. I took a deep breath and pushed the door open. What I saw made my blood run cold. The lights were now off, and it was pitch dark in the bathroom. Lila was hunched over the sink, her body contorted unnaturally. I swear, her once beautiful eyes were now glowing red, her face twisted into a malevolent grin. Her hands, clawed and gnarled, clutched the edges of the sink with an inhuman strength. The air was thick with an otherworldly stench, and her reflection in the mirror seemed to mock me. "Get out!" she hissed, her voice layered with a demonic growl that reverberated through the small room. Her mouth opened impossibly wide. Panic surged through me, and I backed out, slamming the door shut. The noises from the bathroom grew louder, more frenzied. Another guttural scream followed. I didn't wait to see what would happen next. I sprinted out of the room, sprinting down the hallway. As I reached the stairs, I looked back to see a shadowy figure taller than Lila, but with the glowing red eyes. Standing there, looking ready to lunge towards me, I bolted down the stairs into the busy Pattaya street. I could still hear her voice, a haunting echo that chased me into the night. I never looked back. The demon Ladyboy of Pattaya was now a memory seared into my mind, a horrifying reminder that sometimes the allure of the unknown comes with a terrible price. What had started as a quest for adventure had turned into a nightmare, one that I would never forget. The city's neon lights and thumping music seemed far less inviting now, the shadows hiding secrets I no longer wished to uncover.